Our guest for the day is Mr. Salman Faris. He is known by the name the Salman Foodie in his Instagram account. He's a social media influencer. He is mainly into food blogging. So we are going to ask him questions regarding that, have a more interactive sessions on the same topic. I'm not revealing what I'm going to talk to him now. Then what's the point if I reveal everything right now? I hope you share it among your friends as well. Hi, Salman. Good evening,
Hi, hi.
everybody.
Yeah, good evening.
Welcome to Brief Bit, powered by Briefly. I'm your
Yeah,
host, Azam Rafiq, and joining me today for a Brief Bit conversation is a renowned food blogger, a food lover, in fact, one who loves
yeah.
to eat food,
That is
whatever
the word
comes his
actually.
way. Like a foodie, right?
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
so
foodie.
selfless when it comes to food that he guides people to these food destinations so that they can get the whole feel and taste of the whole experience, right?
Yeah, I
You're known
got
for
all
that.
this later.
Yes, surely,
Uh,
surely. So he's known by the name Salman the Foodie in his Gram account, and his name is Salman Faris, guys. It is a pleasure to have you, Mr. Salman.
Thank you, thank you. It's a pleasure to being hosted by you also. So I don't do this too often, but then when I went through the links you sent about your page and all, I found it interesting. So that's what
Thank you. It
motivated
means a
me to
lot
do
to
this.
us for you have you on board.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Salman,
Yeah.
please tell us about yourself, your journey to become one of the renowned food blogger. From where did it
I
start?
won't say I won't say I'm a renowned food blogger, but the thing is, people will be calling me a food blogger only because this is the thing I do. But I don't call myself a blogger. I don't have the positivities or negativities of a blogger. I'm just a foodie. So even before what to say Instagram page happened or Eat Kuch Eat happened, that's where it all started. It started the blogging part of it started with Eat Kuch Eat. So even before that, my life was pretty much the same. The only change is I get invited for some tasting sessions. I get some free food now. Otherwise, the eating part has been the same always throughout my life. Like for the past, since I know, I've been a foodie.
Sure, like food is something that relates all of us, right?
My sound is audible, right?
Yes, yes, you are audible. You're audible. You're
Yeah.
very much audible. Uh, you have a very busy schedule. I've heard that you are a businessman as well.
Yeah, I do
And
this.
how do you keep up with the blog and keep running it, keep posting it in your daily life? How easy is it for you?
See, I don't, as I told earlier, my life has been the same. I always explored food, so I'm not dedicating any extra time for eating out or anything. The posting part, it doesn't take too much time. Okay, now in the past 1 month, I have started doing videos, which takes some time. Again, maybe like half an hour for a video, that's it. Other than that, there's nothing much I have to do. That's why I'm not like doing paid reviews also. I don't want to kill the passion, uh, is one thing. I don't want to monetize this and kill the passion. Then the other thing is I don't want people calling me and asking when you had tasted a food this day. I'll never do that. Even the people who bring me food or the home bakers or the hotels, when they call me, I'll tell them, see, if there's a time point, like if there's a buffet happening over there and I have to put it then and there, then I'll be doing it. Otherwise, I put it at my will only. I'll not put it like for them. So that privilege I have. So there is not much of shuffling of time or like working hard, and doing it out of passion. So there's that interest
Yes.
factor is there.
The interest factor always work even when you're in a very busy schedule. You keep traveling, you
Yeah, yeah,
keep eating. It's amazing.
yeah.
Which is your favorite cuisine out of what all you've tried? Which is your most favorite cuisine? And what is that element that makes it the most favorite?
My favorite actually, Pan Asian. Pan Asian. I love
Hmm.
Pan Asian food. Chinese, Thai, Japanese. Like that belt, I love the food there. I love the preparation style, like minimalistic, not what we get in India. I love that also. Indian Chinese is also something I love, but then the proper Pan Asian cuisine is like so minimalistic, but still so full of flavors, and with minor changes. And the seafood, I love seafood, and the way they prepare the seafood is amazing. Like some just with minimal flavors, the seafood flavor stands out. So I love Pan Asian food.
So Pan Asian food, it is your favorite.
Yeah, Pan
Many a
Asian
times you
food.
get invited. Many of times you get invited to restaurants for food tasting.
Yeah.
What do you do when some dish don't turn out to be that great? How do you review or judge it?
See,
Are you blunt on their face?
yeah, at the restaurant it's blunt on their face. Yeah, I always tell them, like, I have that freedom to tell them, but I'll never like if there's a situation where I have been given around 4 5 dishes and one dish is bad or one dish is not up to the mark, that I might put in my reviews. Otherwise, I'll not do a negative review as a whole. Like if 5 dishes were served to me and 4 are bad, I'll talk it out at the restaurant itself and I'll tell them this is it. You have to correct these things and then maybe I'll come again. So that's what we do. See, I am a part of Eat Kuchi Eat. As a team, we do the same. We all that whoever involved in the Eat Kuchi Eat team, that's what we do. When the food is too bad, we'll tell them sorry, we can't review it or we can't put a post. You have to correct it, and then we might come back and then we'll see. If it is like one dish is bad and the others are good, we will definitely put that these 4 were good and then this was not up to the mark. Okay. So that's how it works for me. But there are people who go out and do negative reviews, but that is a bad thing according to me, because we are businessmen, so we know the struggles and difficulties running a business, especially now during this pandemic. So we don't do
I know it.
negative reviews. We don't do negative reviews. But we give a genuine feedback at the restaurant.
I know it gets hard for the restaurant as well. We should always give them a chance to, make it better.
That's what. Like, see,
So,
we can't just go out and say, like, for example, if it's a biryani, 5 people may eat it and 4 might find it excellent, and 1 person may not like it.
yeah,
The best
it is
case
on
is
individuals at the taste buds as well. Yes.
the best case is about the Jeff biryani. It is one of the best in Cochin. My favorite, one of the purest forms of biryani you get in Cochin or in Kerala, you can say, because that is a pure form of biryani making. But then, if 10 people go there, 8 people will love the biryani. Then maybe 2 people they may not like, because the taste is different. They want a Malabar style biryani or a Kerala style biryani. So food is always, what to say, depends on each changes, keeps on changing. Each preferences changes. No, so we can't like just bluntly put a review. We can bluntly give a feedback to the chef or to the management, but putting in negative review is a bad thing according to me.
Bad thing, right? Like for many of you who don't know, Jeff biryani is a Bohra style biryani, if I'm not wrong, right?
Yeah, Bohra style biryani.
It's basically from Bombay, and
yeah, it's basically
though we get it in Cochin, Kerala, you can experience the Bombay style biryani here in Kerala as well.
Yeah, definitely.
So quite a lot of time.
Amazing job.
Yes, I agree. Quite a lot of time people don't relate much to food bloggers, because a few years back people didn't like, people were just posting it, that there wasn't much of a crowd or audience that followed it. But in your case, the audience follow you like an idol. People make you, what makes you so relatable to those audience?
I don't agree that people follow me like an idol, but then people relate to me definitely. That is again through Eat Kuchi Eat only it started, like the blogging thing, and people knew me from there itself. So a great chunk of my followers are Eat Kuchi followers only. So that from that time onwards, there was this mental connection with them. That following like an idol part, I am skipping, it's not true. But then there's this mental connection. I try to reply to all. I try to reply to all the comments under my post, and I definitely try and to reply to each and everyone who messages me relevantly. If it is some irrelevant
Relevant,
message,
yes.
I won't reply. Yeah, but then definitely I reply to all. So that connection is there. So people are amused that I reply to all at times. Like I have a decent amount of following. People think I might not reply. So that factor is there. There might be that mental connection with the people. That personal touch is there. I don't know. I don't know to explain, but there is
It's more like
some.
a selfless nature that people accept, because most of the time social media influencers don't tend to go with that flow with the audience. They don't tend to reply to the audience, but then you being a social media influencer, you try to connect to them, which is more viable.
But then, I don't think that point is right, because there are many bloggers out there who reply to all. Even a page like Ikuchi, it's so huge now. But still, Karthik Murali, who handles the page, he replies to all. There are many other bloggers like Jay Menon, Rahul, FC Boy O'Neill. You might know them. They are the people who were there in this business since the beginning. And Eat Kuchit is the page which has changed the blogging platform, or the interface, or whatever it is, in Kerala, I believe. It is still the best page according to me in Kerala. There are like not in the number of followers. Followers is important, but then followers is not everything. But still,
Yes.
Eat Kuchit is the best page according to me.
So, Ms. Salma, you are definitely not the person who should get a lot of hate. Still, you receive a lot of hate comments or statements. Do you?
Yeah, I do. I do, in the sense, hate. Some people are blindly hating, like they don't like the fact maybe that I'm having this amount of followers, or there may be some people out there like that. Then there are people out there, North Indians maybe. I'm not like specifically telling North Indians, but then those who don't eat beef, they come under my post and reply to me in a bad manner, saying that India mein beef khate ho, and some bad words. So those things happen. Then there are times, we if there are times when I say restaurants in Cochin are the best in Kerala, there are people from the Malabar belt coming in
Yes.
and saying no, definitely Calicut is better. So these there are not everyone, but then there are people in Calicut, you might also experience, they will never agree that there's a good biryani outside Malabar. But we
Yeah.
Cochin people are by like large-hearted that way. We don't mind Cochin biryani, we don't mind Kottayam biryani, we don't mind Talasheri biryani. If the food is good, we appreciate and we have it. That acceptability is there in Cochin. Being a metro, we have many options also. So I have had this quarrels with the people uh, over the time, saying about food in Cochin. Definitely, the food scene in Cochin is the best when it comes to Kerala. Obviously, because restaurant scene, I'm not talking about the home food or the home thing. They might have better food. So earlier I used to quarrel, but then now when the people come with those comments, I tell them, okay, then maybe I don't know. You just suggest me some good Pan Asian restaurant which serves Japanese food or some sushi in Calicut. Then I might know and I'll try it out. Then they will be no reply. So that those kinds of comments will be there. Definitely,
Yeah.
everyone will be facing those things.
It's just how you take it along.
Yeah, that's what. I don't like. I don't care. Also, okay, if anyone calls me bad words or those things, it doesn't affect me.
How often do you eat from home? Since your
I
post
just,
is all
I
from
just,
outside.
I just ate ghee rice and beef from home now, along with
No.
some home cooked, home baked food also was delivered to me today. Uh, the thing is, dinner I can have from home daily, but mostly I'm on an intermittent fasting thing. So maybe I have a late lunch and skip dinner. and then or else maybe I skip breakfast. So eating from home, it will be around 3-4 times a week maybe. That's it.
That's 3-4 times, and you get the whole experience of outside world where people deliver foods to your house. How does it feel to get to get in touch with people, to eat
It feels good.
everybody
Yeah.
what they make?
The best part about this blogging, though I don't call myself a blogger, this best part is connecting with people. Communicating with people. I love to communicate with people. I'm not like a very talkative person, but still I like to communicate, and I definitely like to like to promote places or give information out about places which are doing good with the food. So that is one thing. Basically, it is like out and out love for the food. Just out of love for the food, everything is
Loud of
revolving. Yeah.
in briefly, we have a pan India crowd that comes in as an audience. Uh,
Okay.
how many places have you tried out in India?
In India, food related things like the best place I'll tell you. I have tried many places, like many metros I have traveled to, Mumbai, everywhere I have traveled. I'll say which was good actually. Lucknow, like my favorite
The
place.
Lucknowi
Then
kebabs and all that.
yeah, Delhi, old Delhi and all that, Juma Masjid area and all the kebabs, again kebabs. I'm a big sucker for kebabs or grilled items and all. So so that is there. Then recently last year, I was there in Kolkata for a week, so I explored there a lot, and I loved the food there. So that was there. Then Mumbai again, there are a lot of good places.
Mhm.
Last year again, I had visited Mumbai 2 times. So our own Kerala's famous chef Zakaria, he is running the Bombay canteen there. I had been there. It was an amazing experience, and I was there during the Ramzan. So that Muhammad Ali Street and all, I had been there. So I have
Mm.
traveled. I kept on traveling before this year.
I
Unfortunately,
know 2020 has got us all stuck at home.
yeah.
I have a question for you, which one of our audience have asked. We will get back to
Okay,
that at the last.
okay, definitely.
Okay. So I think it's time to take our audience question. So one question by Kajol Pravina is, how much did you struggle during the lockdown since you're a foodie? Like you cannot travel anywhere.
Not much actually, because the delivery platforms were open. But then the thing is, when the lockdown started, I myself went into a diet mode. I was 89 kgs, and I tried
Mm.
some kanji pair and all at home, and then reduced my weight. I did some fasting and all, and I came down to 82. Now I'm around 83. So that actually lockdown helped me. But then there were restaurants always open for delivery. So that is it. By traveling, yes, it has affected, but the fooding part is happening like before itself for me. Yeah, the dine out experience, definitely. I'm not a person who uh, loves takeaway. I don't
Mhm.
prefer takeaways. I never. I have like, if you take the number of times I've used Swiggy or Zomato, it will be around 2 or 3 times, because I don't prefer takeaways. Only take the place I do take takeaways is from Chopsticks always. It's nearby home. So
So one of the other question is, how? What are your thoughts on the vegan food? You consider it food?
vegan. Yeah, vegetarian itself. If someone tells me, I'll turn around like this. But I do eat a lot of veggies. But then vegan food, I can't. I can't comment. There are a lot of friends of mine who follow
Mm.
vegan food life. We have a cafe in Fort Cochin now. I don't remember the name for vegan food.
Mhm.
So
Even yes.
Rahul Food Scenes is here. He is a very famous food blogger in Cochin. Wrong
Mhm.
question to the wrong person.
I'm sorry.
Mm.
Is he a blogger as well?
Yeah, he is a very famous food blogger in Cochin.
Mhm. He
Rahul
does.
Singh.
So he covers the vegan part mostly.
No,
No, no, no, no.
no. He is also a pure non-veg.
Okay. Next question is, what's on your food bucket list?
Mm,
I think you
actually,
might have tried all the cuisines, if I'm not wrong.
yeah. I have tried. Like, there is no like bucket list, but still, I want to travel to some Pan-Asian countries again. I have traveled and I
Mhm.
have had them, but again, it is the same thing. I want to repeat. I don't want to try anything new. I want to go to Lucknow again, maybe Madurai.
Okay.
Madurai, I haven't been there for long. There are a lot of hardcore non-veg places in Madurai. For us
Mhm.
Keralites, mostly people who don't know about food much thinks about Tamil Nadu as this dosa, idli,
Yeah.
sambar, and all.
We
But
think they are
they
pure
have,
vegetarians.
yeah. But then they have some amazing non-veg food. Even in Coimbatore, there's this place called Valarmati Mess. There you get everything. Like amazing food it is. So
What
Chettinad City
inspired
has a lot. Hmm? What is
what
it?
inspired you to get into the food blogging? Is it sheer
Food.
passion out of food?
See, I never had a passion for blogging or starting a Insta page. Somehow, I got connected with Eat Kuch Eat, and then people started asking me to post, and then I tried it, and then people said the way I explained about food or the way I click pics uh, is good, and they feel like having the food. Over the period of time, like earlier in my childhood days and all, people, my friends used to motivate me, saying, "This is the field you should be in." The way you explain food, even if it is we just had food and our tummies are full, we still feel like wanting to have what you are talking about. So that way, I have had some motivation from my friends, but I never wanted to get into food
The
blogging and
food
all.
blogging, yes.
Yeah.
But then
It
sheer
just
out
happened.
of sheer passion, you've reached where you want to be, where you
Yeah.
never expected to be.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I never
So we
expected
have like
like
one question.
I never expected even to have some 10K followers in the beginning, but I
But
did
and
gain
congratulations
followers.
on your 75K today.
Thank you.
I mean, I was just checking it, and we have a question.
Hmm.
Since how do you think the live session with Briefly would help you and your fans? Since you are a foodie, do you have some tips for the food lovers during the COVID time?
Food lovers. COVID time, definitely I'll advise not to go out. That is the main tip. I don't promote going out. There are people out there. There are health workers who reply to me saying, "Don't post food photos now. You are motivating people to go out." Okay, so we should help them out. The people who are struggling, we should stay at home.
You know,
Yeah,
what about
stay
the
at
food
home.
the delivery system? Do you think it is healthy? Do you think it's safe?
I think the food delivery platforms, Zomato and Swiggy and all, they are taking enough care to take care of our safety. I don't think we have never had a news over here
You're right.
that they are doing their job very well. I think restaurants also, most of the restaurants, even the small places, they are taking care. Like the hygiene and all is taken care. So I don't think that is an issue. You can definitely have takeaways at home and all. There's no problem.
Okay, Mr. Salman, it was a pleasure to have you with us.
Okay.
Before we sign off, do you have anything towards amateur food bloggers or who are already who want to be into food blogging? What are your words for them?
This is one of the most asked questions actually. There are a lot of bloggers out there popping up daily. Around, I think in Cochin itself, I think around 10 pages are
coming up
to
on a
coming up
daily basis.
daily
Yes.
on a daily basis. And they ask me tips actually. And to be honest, I don't know. I'm not an expert in this field. I don't know. What I tell them is just be honest, post consistently. Uh, for
You
me,
will read.
people ask me about food photography also. I'm not a good photographer, but I do click yummy clicks. I know that. That is because there's a deliberate effort from my side to click a yummy click. I never try to click a perfect click. I always say this. I try to click a yummy click. That's what I concentrate on. And there are a lot of people coming in. Not There are people who don't love food also starting food pages now.
Yes.
They want this publicity, they want free food, they want the followers. There are a lot of people who come expecting to earn from this also. You can see a
Yes.
food blogger, they would have just started the page, and but then for paid collaboration call karke, they would have already put a tagline and all. So people shouldn't be coming into this just for earning. Okay, I don't see. I don't think. I personally feel my passion will be less if I start earning from this. But I don't think people should not do it. Actually, there are a lot of people who do it and still they are passionate about this. For example, if Eat Kochi decides they are not like going to charge, they will be doing it for free. Then every other restaurant in Cochin will want Eat Kochi eat at their table.
Yes.
So, you can earn from this also. If I am not planning to earn from this, definitely, even 10 years down the line, I don't want to earn. Then there are a lot. He will have around food from around 15 places and all. And the next guy also, Cyril, the traveling Billy. These people are amazing foodies. This guy, he went to Hyderabad just for having biryani and came back. Cyril.
I think now seeing your conversation, I think I should invite all these people and have a conversation about food with them.
Yeah, definitely. We should not in this Insta. We should have a roundtable conference about
Roundtable conference on
food.
food.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. Okay, Mr. Salman, thank you. It was a
Thank you.
very,
Thank you so
very
much. It was a
pleasure to
pleasure.
have you.
And I love your page, by the way. It's like
Thank you.
the website also. It has the, what to say, news aggregator. What do you call that?
News aggregator,
What?
yes.
Yeah, news aggregator. I'm a lazy person. So for me, this is very easy. Just to come and read just the bits.
The summarized
What is
version,
really
yes.
important, because now news is always about point of views or discussions and all,
Discussions,
rather
right.
than just informing what has happened. They are having discussions always. So I love it when there is just news, just
Thank you, sir.
people telling.
It is really appreciated. You came along. You said such kind words about our brand. Please take this forward. Thank you. Please take this forward, guys. I will see you in the next session. Again,
So
we wish.
you will be putting this live as a post or something, or
Yes, yes.
this
I will be putting this as a post. It will go as a post, and it will also go as a story. So you have been featured in Briefly now. Congratulations.
Thank you so much for that. Bye, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you
Bye.
for watching.
Take care. And thank you, everybody. Thank you for being there with us. Thank you. I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.